Denver, Colorado. We've been covering the news all morning. Former President Donald Trump officially kicked off the state primary ballot. The Colorado Republican Party planning to withdraw from the state's primary election and move to a caucus system if the ruling against former President Trump stands.
Hope Scheffelman is the vice chairwoman of the Colorado Republican Party. She joins us here. I want to get to this. What do you make of this decision? Clearly, you were watching this very closely. I know a lot of your colleagues as well. What do you make of this decision to remove Trump from the ballot in Colorado?
Yes, and thank you so much, Emma and Job, for actually having me on your guys' news station today there in Newsmax. So certainly we are really mad about this. We don't even really realize that here in Colorado that the ruling has no basis in law, none. This is actually a blatant attack on free and fair elections. It's actually a power grab, nothing more, that the Attorney General in the state and the liberal Democrats on the Supreme Court are attempting to steal the election.
You know, what's interesting, Hope, is that just looking back nearly 4 years ago, Trump lost the state by double digits. John was pointing this out earlier on in the show.
Well, it was 14 points.
It's typically a blue state, but clearly there are Republican voices. We're hearing from one right now. How does that make you feel that you won't even have the chance, again, if this were to stand, to vote for your preferred candidate?
Look, we are going to fight, and we're going to fight like hard. We're appealing right now, so this fight is not over. Yes, this has been definitely a blue state for sure, but we are definitely here in the grassroots. We are turning that page. We are fighting like nobody's business here. One fun fact that I wanted to leave with you guys is, think about this. Abraham Lincoln was not on the ballot in 10 of the 11 states that eventually seceded from the Union. So the Democrats in the Supreme Court right now just forced Colorado to join the Confederacy. A dark and disturbing day in our state and our country. A shameful day for the Democrats and the cartel that is running this state. So no, here in Colorado, we are fighting. The Republicans are fighting hard, and the grassroots are actually coming up, and we are going to win this election with our candidate, President Donald Trump, on that primary ballot. So this will not stand.
Let me ask you about this, though. Jenna Griswold, she's the Democratic Secretary of State. She was celebrating this on MSNBC shortly after this ruling came down. What do you make of that? She's been watching this case very closely. She's been very outspoken that she does not believe that Trump should be on the ballot, that he is an insurrectionist. How can she make those opinions like that and celebrating so closely right after that decision came down?
Very good question. First and foremost, she's not a lawyer. He has not been convicted at all for anything. There's been no conviction of an insurrection. And the other thing I wanted to state is she is part of the mafia of the government that is both housing this legislation and the National Democrat Party. So we know that the fact is that they are going to try anything to actually keep Trump off the ballot. Let's just put it to you this way. Colorado has now been forced to go to the United States Supreme Court, and we have appealed that. And we are going to win this. We are not going to have our voice taken away from us. We want the voters to actually make that decision.
You mentioned the backup plan, kind of, and again, likely this will be taken up by the Supreme Court, and we know the makeup of the court. We've heard from Harvard Professor Emeritus Alan Dershowitz. He says it's a good chance this is taken care of and dismissed at the high court, and Trump will be on the ballot. But if not, you mentioned the idea of a caucus instead. Tell us more about the plan that could be going on within Republicans if that were to get to that point.
Absolutely. We just want to take our voice back, our vote back, and we will do that at the caucus level then.
Okay. Real quickly, Vivek Ramaswamy also chiming in after this decision came down. What do you make of his comments and also trying to take other GOP presidential hopefuls off the ballot?
Yeah, so I understand and we appreciate the backing on that, and we definitely support the fact that people are mad. We are mad. There are Democrats that are even mad about this ruling. The Supreme Court here in Colorado is nothing but a power grab.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the support in reference to that, but you know what? We are going to take back our elections here in Colorado. The state secretary has no business of actually voicing that for the Coloradans here. We have the right to vote for our candidate.
Hope, thank you so much for joining us. We're out of time. Hope,